and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. And yes, I'm just about here. My voice is just about hanging on. At the end of yesterday's video, I was gone, but I am here now because we have more celebrating to do. We have to capture all of this emotion. We have to savor every moment. Because what a night it was. What a win against Real Madrid there. And I still cannot get over that Jules Kounde goal. I've had that on repeat ever since it happened. And coming up today, we're going to be talking lots more about the game itself, about the aftermath, about all of the controversy as well. Because what we saw out there last night was a major head loss from Real Madrid. Antonio Rudiger in particular, he suffered a Copa del Rey crash out. It's all on the way, so let's do it. But I do have to begin right here today, guys, with some extra special super thanks shout-outs here. Big thank you for the support from Quiroga, from Hafol, and a very happy birthday to Henry. We've got Augustine leaving today for army training. Very best of luck to you. And as you can see right here, it's my son's second birthday on the day of that incredible win. What an amazing gift. And we got another new addition too. My newborn son is exactly 1 week old on the day of this win. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, guys. And I do just wonder, will we see a few more arrivals maybe to the Barca family in about 9 months' time? Well, let's watch this space. You wouldn't be surprised, would you? But honestly, guys, I mean, it's just amazing. Right now, the feeling here in the fan base. And when you look at the celebrations after yesterday's game, and even during it too, all of the goal celebrations I thought were absolutely amazing there, because what you saw every single time was the whole squad together. It wasn't a matter of one player just running off on their own, celebrating there by themselves. Everybody was united. Every single player came together, even if they weren't involved. You know, you look at players there like Ansu Fati on the bench, even though they've not been involved much this season, they're still really at the heart of this group. And that is a testament to what Hansi Flick has done here, the togetherness, the unity that he has brought in this group. And can we take a moment to appreciate Hansi? Can we take a moment here to say he has done an extraordinary job, and he really has. No matter what happens from here on in, it has been absolutely incredible to enjoy this Flick team. It has been a pleasure this season to watch this team find solutions, to watch this team overcome every obstacle that he's thrown at them. And that comes from the coach there. He has given every player strength, confidence, a laser focus. And I'm just so grateful that we have him at this club. You know, every time I see him there on the touchline, when I see him celebrating, when I see his calmness, I just think, thank you. We have Flick as the Barca coach. This is absolutely amazing. And I would also just like to say, guys, on the celebrations there, I thought it was a wonderful moment yesterday when Ferran Torres pulled out his shirt there. On the back of it, Dr. Minero, always with us there. He was paying tribute, of course, to the first team doctor, Carlos Minero Garcia, who sadly passed away last month. And when it happened, of course, the players said, we're playing for him. We are going to play. We're going to leave it all out there this season in his honour, in his memory. And I thought that was a nice touch from a player yesterday in Ferran, who gave it absolutely everything. Every minute that he was out there on the field there, he's trying to make runs. He's trying to make something happen. And of course, he made a great run. He took it all the way around Thibaut Courtois. And then he had Antonio Rudiger running towards his own net, unable to keep the ball out. What an equalising goal. And that was a very special moment. But I do think, guys, in amongst all of that euphoria, in amongst all of the celebrations here, I do think it's very important that we just understand and appreciate what the team did last night. You know, obviously the goals were absolutely incredible and they're always going to be the big focus. But I think in terms of the mentality, in terms, again, of that steely mindset that we saw, it's heroic. It was a heroic effort to come back and respond in the second half in the way that we did. And I thought it was really important yesterday to listen to Íñigo Martínez after the final whistle. And this is a player, don't forget, who embodies what Hansi Flick wants. You know, out there this season, he has been an absolute warrior, a leader, calmness personified. And he said after the game, any other team would have collapsed after conceding 2 quick goals against Madrid. But he said we knew we just had to stay calm. We had to stay patient. We had to wait for the right moment. It was our collective strength that made us win today. And I thought those words were absolutely fantastic to hear from Inigo Martinez there, because it's true. Against Real Madrid, you see it so often in the Champions League, maybe of course not this season, but in so many years gone by, where teams collapse. They cannot go toe-to-toe with Real Madrid. They can't match them. They can't bounce back from setbacks. And that's why we've always said as Barca fans, if there's one team that Madrid fear, it is us. If there is one team that can take them down, it always has to be Barca. And I don't believe we've seen a Barca team with this kind of mental strength, with this kind of mentality now, for many, many years. We are seeing a different feeling at the club. We are seeing a different kind of courage from this team. And I think you also listen as well to Lamine Yamal. Because again, after yesterday's game there, he was celebrating, he was speaking to Barca 1. He said, if we concede a goal, it's no problem. If we concede 2 goals, it's also no problem. This year, they cannot beat us. We have proved it. And I am so happy. And Yamal, that's what you see out there on the field. That's the kind of mentality and that's the kind of feeling that shows in the 90 minutes. Players there do not look phased. They don't look threatened. They look confident and calm in their own ability. And Joan Laporta actually said after the game that sometimes this young team, these exciting young stars at Barca, they've got so much confidence that Flick actually has to calm them down. They've got so much belief in what they can do. They are so confident of their ability that Flick sometimes has to be the one to just ground them a little bit. Such is the confidence that is radiating out of all of them. And can we just talk about Laporta? Because I have to say, guys, all weekend, he's been on fire. I absolutely loved everything I've seen from Laporta this weekend. It's beautiful, because even before the game I saw videos of him there chanting with the travelling Barcelona fans, and it was almost felt as though Laporta, he wanted to get the celebrations going before the game had even began, before it even started there. Laporta was ready to party. And I also loved the moment there when Hansi Flick was going up, when we were of course going to collect the trophy after the win, the little high five, between Flick, between Laporta. Those two have been outstanding there. And I think it must be right now one of Joan Laporta's best ever decisions as the Barca president there to bring in Hansi Flick. Of course, it was a decision that had a lot of weight to it, and there was certainly a lot of indecision in making it as well. But he did make it. In the end, he did bring in Hansi Flick. And the rest, well, the rest is going to be history. That much is for sure. And just circling back there to Lamine Yamal, and again, playing with that element of composure, playing with that level of confidence in a cup final at that age. The same goes as well to Pau Cubarsí. We say it all the time, but it's just true. It's not normal. These guys are from a different planet. They are on a different level to anything that we have seen. And it's yet another trophy for them. And don't forget that here. Every single trophy, every single big win, every cup final victory for this young squad, it gives them strength. It gives them even more belief in themselves. And they got that winning feeling now. And you can't stop them. They are starting to feel unbeatable, invincible. And it is so powerful. And one of the highlights of the game for me, aside from all of those goals, aside from all of the crazy moments, Vinicius, he gets tackled by the air. That was kind of funny. But then Yamal picks up that loose ball and he pirouettes away from them. It was absolute poetry there, leaving Vinicius on the floor, spinning away, and then he puts a ball over the top, nearly plays in Ferran Torres. Yamal, he just does what he wants. He goes out there and he delivers game after game after game. He is next level. But indeed, guys, we do have to move on to the topic of the refereeing. And the reason that we move on to that is because Real Madrid, they're so keen to talk about it before the game, during the game, after the game. They love talking about referees. So let's do that. Let's actually join them here and discuss what we have seen. Because in your opinion, how many penalties should Barca have got yesterday? Let's just ask that question here, because honestly, there were 4 massive appeals. You've got the Valverde handball, you've got Pau Cubarsí being dragged to the floor, you've got the one there that I forgot to mention in yesterday's review because my voice was failing. Rudiger takes out Ferran Torres there. He takes his legs away inside of the box. And of course, there we have Asensio on Rafinha. So in your opinion, how many out of the 4 should have been given? Now, in my opinion, has to be one. One bare minimum. I would say potentially two there. I would say the two that really stand out to me, Kubasi and then the Ferran Torres one. His legs are taken away by Rudiger. There is clear contact there. With his back to goal, he is taken out. So Barca, they definitely could have had one. They probably should have had two. Absolute minimum. And yet Real Madrid have the audacity to be crying. What are you crying about? What are you moaning about now? Because even in that first half, let's think about Rudiger here. He smashes into Dani Olmo. And this was actually already after he'd taken out a Barca player off the ball, trying to stop a counter, which he failed at. But this one here, he smashes into Dani Olmo. Again, really, really hard tackle. No booking. How did he not get booked while he was on the field in this game? I mean, the ref gave him every possible benefit of the doubt. And he still explodes at the end. He still thinks he's hard done by. What planet are you living on? And then you've got Jude Bellingham. He goes up the tunnel after the game, trying to act big and tough. He's shouting there. Everything goes their way. Every 50-50 goes Barca's way. He's crying. But Jude, you're shouting in English. Nobody's listening to you. You are literally just shouting at yourself at this point. And let's be honest here. I think we all understand the frustration. I think we can all understand and know why Bellingham's so hurt. Hey, Jude, don't make it bad. You just cannot step to Pedri. And of course, Bellingham was one of those who was sent off there just before the final whistle, as was Antonio Rudiger. Now, what he did, you cannot make any excuse for it. And I do not care here that he's apologised very publicly on social media today. What you did last night there, the message that you sent out for all the millions of people watching all around the world, the way you conducted yourself, it is an absolute disgrace there. To actively launch something at a referee. And again, you've got no reason to. I mean, there's not really any reason to do that anyway, but especially in your case, you have no leg to stand on. And I don't mean because of all the ice there on your knee, but this is what happens, in my opinion, when you as a club there, when you as Real Madrid act in the way that they have right throughout this season. I mean, it goes back as far there as the Ballon d'Or ceremony, when they threw all their toys out the pram. They boycotted it all because they didn't get the result they wanted. When things don't go their way, let's just rip it all apart. Let's just actually leave everything and do our own thing. And ahead of this game, again, the way they conducted themselves, it's a disgrace. You know, cancelling a press conference, cancelling an open training session, not going to the presidential dinner there, and even threatening not to play this game. I mean, then your players start thinking, oh, we can do whatever we like. We can actually just conduct ourselves in the way that we feel is right. We don't have to worry about rules. We don't have to worry about anything else. What we want to do, we will do it. And the sad part is, Real Madrid for far too long have gotten away with this. They have been able to conduct themselves and just do whatever they wanted. Not now. You cannot do this now, because we as Barca now, we are prepared to put you in your place. That's what we did. That's what Jules Kounde did, coming onto that ball there, smashing it into the bottom corner. We put you back in your box. We delivered the final blow. And all that I can hope here is that Rudiger is properly punished there, because again, we've seen so many Real Madrid actions here go unpunished. Now, the refereeing report, it gives me confidence there, because he does actually state that an object was thrown. It did miss me, but it was thrown there, and also he had to be restrained. He was displaying an aggressive attitude, which I think even there is very much an understatement. Now, players in the past have been banned for up to 3 months for this kind of thing. That's the precedent that we have in place right now. Maybe something like 8 to 12 games is also a possibility, and Rudiger should be punished. This cannot happen. This cannot be excused. And everybody should thank Barca here for finally stopping Madrid. So that there, guys, is the Copa del Rey final. That is the winning moment, the winning feeling from this Barca team. And I'm on top of the world right now. And I hope all of you guys are enjoying every moment, going through today, skipping around, celebrating, whistling, and being happy with yourself. We have earned this moment. And up next, it's the Champions League. And I've got to go and get ready for that now. I've got to have a lie down, got to get some rest, got to try and rest my voice. Nobody will hear from me inside my house for the rest of the day, because I've got to get ready for Inter, guys. I cannot wait for that game, cannot wait to experience it all with you. Please let me know your thoughts down below. How are you feeling? and I will catch all of you soon. Thanks for the great support, but until next time, as always, Vejska, El Barça, come on, I could do it today.